Hi class, it's Professor Sheeks here, or Amber, whatever you prefer. Thanks for watching this video. We're going to go over a couple things on the first two discussion posts. First of all, thank you for doing an introduction. Just really helpful for me to know what your likes and dislikes and what kind of experience you're coming into this class with. And it also helps me, understand some of your writing assignments as a sample of your writing as well. And then when it comes to week one, I tried to give everybody some really good feedback. I did forget that this class, I only have one, you only have to respond to one classmate. So some of you guys have the criticism to respond to two classmates. Please ignore that. And I changed your grade in the Blackboard grade system as well to match that. So I graded super easy on everybody for this discussion post because we're just getting to know each other. You guys are just getting to know my expectations. So I tried really hard to give you guys back some positive feedback and then also something you can improve on, even if your post was very good. So for the most part, some things to remember that almost everybody could use improvement on is that whatever the discussion is about, it's about something you should have read or something you should be referencing. So make sure, like when it comes to my own food preferences or what influences the factors that influence my eating habit, I would say convenience is not one of them. So I wouldn't choose convenience and I wouldn't say something like I'm too busy. That's not my life. What I would say instead is taste. So one of my factors is taste, and according to the text, and kind of go on about it that way. So make sure you're referencing what you're supposed to be referencing. Anytime in scientific literature, it always has to be cited. Some of us get pretty anal about that kind of stuff, and really I'm one of those people because I write policies for one of my jobs, and you really have to know what is this recommendation or what is this best practice coming from. We can't just make things up because we think they look nice or sound nice or they're what we know. We have to really open our minds to different information as it comes available to us. So we want to make sure we cite that, because if we're citing something from, let's say, 2012, and somebody who's reading our discussion post or our paper says, oh, I know that there's been new protocols released in 2017. You may not know that as a person who is writing that piece, and now you can be updated. So overall, it just helps get the best information out there. So everybody reference the text and cite. Something that everybody can improve on, and this is something I learned early on as an online student, is that please write your discussion post in like a Word document or some kind of other Google Docs or whatever processor you have for writing. It's going to catch your grammatical errors and it's going to catch your spelling errors. So those are things that I will take points off for, because this is a college class. I really do expect I's to be capitalized. Commas are hard, but put them where you think they belong. I'm not going to take off points for commas unless they're, you can't read your sentence because of it. But kind of pay attention to those kind of basic things. Make sure your sentences make sense. Make sure that the paragraph flows from each to the next. Just kind of those basic writing things. Something that one of my classes last year really struggled with was their research paper, and I actually spent an entire class just going over basic writing skills. If you guys feel like you need that, or if any of you individually feel like you need that, please email me, because I have a slideshow presentation. I have links that you guys can have so you can look up those things, and it'll improve your writer, of course, your academic career and your actual career. So if that's something that you need improvement on, please just let me know. I'd be happy to help you with that. So some other things to make sure that we are aware of this week. It's a very busy week. We have quiz 1 that's due by Sunday. You have a discussion post that's due by Sunday. You also need to get your nutrition and disease topic emailed to me. I think only one person's added another one since the last announcement or email that I sent out about it. So and that was stunting. So stunting is off. But if you need go ahead and send me whatever your first choice is, and I will let you know if you need to choose a different one. Case study 1 is also due. Now, this is something that I'm also going to probably grade a little lighter on, but the rest of the case studies I'm going to hit you guys hard with. So please rate out the gate, make sure that you're using, do the assignment and do it good, and make sure that you're able to express to me what you learned in this assignment and how you did it. Because I don't want you guys waiting until Sunday night and just making something up. I'm going to be able to tell that. These tools that I'm actually having you do in case study 1 is something that I literally use every day. So I can tell when one's been made up and when one hasn't. So be honest with me. You don't have to write pages. It's only a page, but I want you guys to actually do it and learn from it. Because as you guys all said in your week 1 post, we all have things we can improve on. So all those things are due by Sunday. If you're really struggling or you're having a hard time getting things done, please let me know and we'll try to come up with a plan of attack for you. I do have a sheet here that I wanted to go over, so excuse me for a second while I make sure we get everything. Oh, another thing that I definitely wanted to address was a lot of you guys really were very honest, and I appreciate that, with what your food factors are and what some of your limitations are with how you nourish yourself and your families. And I hope I didn't step over the line with including some links for people and giving some suggestions. That's just in my nature, I guess. But one thing that I definitely want us all to focus on during this semester is making peace with food. It's really easy to focus on the biochemical and the chemical and the biological and the physiological aspects of nutrition. What the hardest part is the sociological and the psychological factors of nutrition. I commented on one person's thing that nutrition is actually a very well-rounded science. It kind of includes everything. You can talk about growing food, you can talk about digestion and what happens, in the body, which we certainly will, the composition of food. But really, when it comes down to it, how do I, as a dietitian, get somebody to make healthier food choices? And how do you, as people, get yourself and your family to make better food choices? If you don't have those skills, it doesn't matter how much you actually know about the chemical composition of food or how it's grown, because you're still not eating it and your client's still not eating it. So what I want us all to do, and something that I've had to work on very hard myself as well, is really make peace with food. I want you guys to enjoy your food. I want you to enjoy preparing it as much as you can. Some people hate cooking, and that's okay, But, maybe you like to go to the grocery store and you like to pick out the best produce, like you like to make sure that your melon is the best melon, or maybe you don't know how to pick out a melon. So let's talk about, how do we pick out the best food? How do we prepare it for the ones that we love in ourselves? Do we sit down and we enjoy it? Some things that I often tell people is use cloth napkins, use a real plate. Don't ever use fake plates. Even when we get pizza out, which is rare, we always put it on our real plates and we use real silverware and real cloth napkins. Make it an event for yourself. Don't rush through this life when it comes to food, because food is life. It's literally how we sustain our life. So don't overlook it, even when we are very busy, which sometimes life is very busy. But somebody said in their post that they keep telling themselves they're going to do better when they're not so busy. I don't know if those days are coming. We have to take care of ourselves now, and that's really hard. So we're going to slow down. We're going to talk about managing stress when it comes to eating. We're hopefully going to make some peace with our food, and hopefully by the end of this semester, you guys are not only learning about nutrition and how to apply that to your life, but you actually like it. You like nutrition and you like food. So that's kind of my goal. I am going to be posting some things this week that's just for fun and just for self-exploration. You guys don't have to do them. I know there's a lot of work this week, but you guys can at least go back and reference to it. It's going to be a couple YouTube videos, maybe a TED Talk, and some links that might help that I find inspirational myself. So thank you very much for listening. Hopefully it helps kind of clear up some things. I'm an open book. You guys have questions, please don't hesitate to email me. I would be more than happy to assist you in any way that I can with this class. So hope you guys have a great week. Thanks.